Okay, so today I am assembling my head. The head has now been polished, sort of, so I was there anyway. I have ground the valves in. I have tested. I had this thing sitting last night upside down, filled with oil on top of the valves. This is still dirty, wow. I had it sitting upside down like this, and I had it full with WD-40, and this morning 90% was still there. There was a little bit of sitting in the outlet. There was a little bit of oil mist in the inlet. The spark plug was completely clean. So after that I had it washed with brake cleaner. So this is now ready for assembly. Now I'm looking at my little things like the rockers and the rocker axis and the camshaft, the timing chain. So I'm gonna put all of that in now. After I will clean my camshaft. So for some reason this is not sparkling clean. I don't understand why. Why is this so dirty still? Clean that. So let's go outside and wash all of this with brake cleaner. Then I'll be right back. Okay. See if it looks any better. Still quite dirty. Let's do this slightly differently with the remaining brake cleaner that is on inside my little yogurt tub. So there we go. You might think from your perspective that I'm overdoing it, but you know, like This is the one thing that I can over exaggerate on is the cleanliness, the cleansing, the cleaning. People always say English is such a simple language. Well, maybe if you don't give a monkeys what you say. So if you want it right, who's out there to help you? Who knows? So clearly all of this stuff is not super clean. Let's make it super clean. I am guessing that because these engines that I'm using here, because they were not serviced prior, they show an extraordinary amount of gunge in all kinds of places. So this is where the timing wheel will thread onto, and this is still super dirty, and I don't like that, so I'll keep cleaning. Yeah, that's why this might be over exaggeratingly dirty. Get some more. And I ain't gonna leave it like that. So let me change strategy. I'm gonna do the things that are the easiest first. So in here is my studs, and now that's for the exhaust. They go inside the head, and they must be absolutely clean, so they stay in there. This will be a slow video, a video without much action, because I'm being thorough. So it's gonna be a very slow video, so make yourself coffee and watch if you like. If you don't like slow videos, you have been warned. So that's one stud clean. Do the other one. Maybe there are more methods to cleaning things that I haven't figured out yet. That shall be possible. That are more efficient. I see that Signature has a whole cleansing street where he just pops in parts and washes them. Don't know what the fluid is that's in there. maybe I should ask the question. Well, obviously, yeah, if you do this all day long, you need a more efficient setup. Don't think what I'm doing here is very efficient. Anyway, that's what I'm doing with the smallest amount of caboodle. Maybe I should just be quiet. So, here is one of those. It's so dirty. I don't recall them being so unclean yet. Maybe I've just forgotten. Anyway, they're gonna get a clean, super clean now. Don't think that has suffered from not being cleaned. Going blocker holes here. There are little oil canals here, and they seem to be stuck full of dirt, so that's not a good thing for function. So here's one of the reasons why cleaning is a good thing. Yeah, we're looking at oil canals. Oil canals that keep the thing lubricated. Okay, so last. So I think that's important. Have all your oil canals clean. Lubricated, engine runs cooler. I think I'm gonna give this another shot. Right back. It's amazing, no matter how often you do that, how dirty your cleanser becomes. Anyway, I am short of experience and knowledge in this respect, so I shall not be short of effort. Compensate a little bit, hopefully. And as experience will come to me, things shall be better. So, one by one, let's bring this thing out. This has a lot of grooves indicating that it ran dry at some point. Bug, go away. Another toothpick. The oil canals as far as I'm concerned. So, and yeah, this is my best camshaft. At today's inspection, I'm actually thinking this is not all that great, but that's what we have at the moment. Let me get a little bit of sandpaper later and wipe this down with the sandpaper. So. These are not so precious. But see all this dirt? I mean, where is it still coming from? It's dirty still. Oops, that's not good. Clever. I'm aware that my gloves are also not fit for purpose. They really suffer from this brake cleaner. But what can I do? That's what I have for now. Okay, that looks better. clean. So that. Thread always holds more. Okay, let's call it a day. Let's call it a day. Let's get rid of this. "24 minutes so far, okay. The slowest video you'll ever get from me. I'm thinking. So let's put up stuff away. Or have on the table what we need only. I was going to sand the camshaft a little. So let's just keep some here. It's back. Sandpaper. Fine sandpaper. I think this is perfect. Give this a little chooch. Let's just call it cleaning. Looks nice. I think this is 1200. I'm not sure. I'm dealing with the wrong stuff here. Maybe this is not the right camshaft and rockers and everything. Maybe that's why it's dirty. So sanding makes it clean. That works. This definitely got really hot at some point in time. There you have it. Now, I'm going to go on a little excursion and see whether I'm dealing with the right parts. Let me just find the other set. This looks good. This also still looks good. That looks definitely worn, so we're not using that. This one would be much better, but also quite worn. And this, wow, that is bad. Okay, so let's just assume we are with the right set of things. Let's continue. I want some fresh gloves. Actually, no, let me do this one. This is obviously white. Not quite as perfect as I recall it. I mean, I'm not able to. Can one fix this at all? Don't think so. I think you just need a new part. Unless you change the shape of it. But where do you take it from? When it's ground down, it opens more at all times? Is that the thing? I'm only just taking a dusting off the top. So, done. Done. Let's look at this here. Yeah, maybe give this also a little. You dumb glove. Get out of the way. Ah. Where's the other side? Here. wipey. Okay, let me get fresh gloves. I like the way that the fact that these gloves are affordable. I like that they are thin in order to give you the maximum sensitivity